Well, I've been working on the framing, and I'll just give you a quick demo how I do it here. Right, first of all, I made this strong back. That's a bit of 3mm angle with a bit of 3mm flat, which is very accurate. It wasn't any bends in it or anything whatsoever. And no pressure drilling, nice sharp tip. Drilled all my holes for allocation, tap the angle iron, and then put these bolt nuts through. I don't know if you can see those. No, you can't see those, but well, trust me, they're there. I'll bring this up here and show you. There they are. Now the reason why I've done this is I was going to originally, as you remember, I was going to use a string line. But the problem with the string line is it's too easy to maneuver, to vary the height, because if one of these frames touched it, okay, it'll lift slightly and you won't realise it. So if you use a strong back and it's nice and straight and vertical and parallel to the surface, this work surface here, can you see this work surface here or here, this is supposed to be, everything comes a little bit simple. So all I did is put these posts, and of course the end bits here, these pieces here, I don't know if you can see me, the piece adjusts crosswise, and the other one here adjusts up and down, and that way I can get me vertical height spot on both ends. And if everything is accurate, the lines that were given to you on your framing, which were supplied, and you put them onto, transfer them onto here, like that mark there. You see that there, yeah? And there's another mark there, that's a cut line. Okay, but you don't worry about that yet, but it's got to be there. They got to be accurate. And what you do is, this is what I do, how to sit my frames in. First of all, I must add this profile through here, all this section through here. Might look accurate there, it's very accurate, although it's a little bit short on the side. That's alright. As long as everything's smooth and accurate, shape's right and everything. So you're coming over here, and we put a number frame 27 in on the Bounty. All we do is this, and we guesstimate about 6mm width in between the frames. We guesstimate. I said the word guesstimate. There's a reason why I said that. Hang on. Bit of turmoil. To maintain a little bit of a gap there. Okay, good. So we'll put that down, out of the road so I don't get damaged. A nice flat surface. And then we get the most important thing. Square. On my Toyo square, I've had it 27 years. I was doing machining, and then I check, see if it's square. And all I have to do is adjust it, just that fraction. That is spot on. I'll bring you around so you can see it. There's no gap between the bottom and the top there. We'll take that away. And we glue the ends. I'm using this stuff called Tech Grip that I get at the local hardware store. Seasby Solvent 3, paintable, sandable, strong bond. It's very good strong bond. But its best thing is that it takes about a quarter of an hour before it starts to go off. So that gives you time to make sure everything's in place. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can do this job, you know, for tightening, but I'm using three of these. Little hand adjusters. Yeah, there's 1,000 ways to do it, but I would choose to go that way. One down there. And now we just stick the glue in there. You don't have to see that task. Just make sure it runs down there. It's fairly thick. Now before we fasten it, we better check something. Okay. All credit to the person who drew up this pattern for the frames. There has not been one fault with the markings whatsoever. Touch wood, I don't make a problem of it. So if I'll show you what I mean about accuracy. If I can get this down. You probably can see the little line there. It's smack on, virtually smack on both sides, exactly at that height there. Now, that's no coincidence. That's how it's got to be. It must be. Must have to be like that because that's what we're doing. We're building a model ship. And I would say in the day, the shipwrights that built these ships were much more accurate than what accuracy we are trying to get here. So all we have to do now, we don't have to force anything whatsoever. No forcing issue. Clamps. Job done. One frame fitted. I'll come back in about an hour and a half and I'll print the other one. But there's one more thing I have to do. I have to get the square and check it. Always check it. Well, there's a little bit of flexibility. Although there's a little bit of flexibility in the frames, I would say that getting it as square as possible is the way, and I can tell you what, that is just out of fraction. I'm going to say a fraction. A bee's knee, if that. Okay, thank you. I hope this helps you.